Hi guys, it's Blue. Time to start Yukinari's bonus story. This story starts just right after the events of the first Wolf game ending, so if you need a refresher, here's a link for you. Also, this story does mention suicide, so please be careful if that is a triggering subject for you. Anyway, I hope you enjoy his story, and let's get into it. Just a short while ago, I was in there. I could see the flames start to fill the night sky as I stood motionless. When I left that place, Rintaro was looking down at Misaki, whom he'd accidentally killed. His expression looking at Misaki was surprisingly happy. I think Rintaro finally understood. Our mistake, the narrow-mindedness spiral, was finally free. Because seeing Misaki's death allowed such a kind smile to appear on his face. His most important sister was finally free from all those feelings. And the words he said before I turned away from him for the very last time. Leave. His tone took me completely by surprise. It was kind. Then, this is what I thought that very second. That was Rintaro's true voice. Like he hadn't lost both his parents. The world hadn't abandoned him. He had returned to a normal life. I think he would have been a very nice and wonderful person if I had met that different Rintaro instead. I think we would have been friends. Even though it's weird for me to think like this, in this moment, it's what I did. While thinking like that, I walked away from the building. Surely Rintaro has died. I wonder if he had chosen that path. And was he glad he did, Rintaro? Last time I saw you, you had that peaceful expression. That expression. The kind you show when you're looking at the most important person to you. Was that the real you? The giant flames that devoured the building rose higher and higher. The red fire wiggled its way through the dark forest. It was as if I was seeing Rintaro's pain brought to life. Even in that darkness, the bright red light was almost a bit peaceful. The truth of the wolf game was Rintaro's and Misaki's revenge. It's a strange perspective to have with, having been the only one to survive. Even now, I still can't believe it. Other than me, everybody was dead. We had all been gathered unexpectedly, and without knowing anything, we were killed. No, we killed ourselves. It would have been so easy to get out, but no one did it. We couldn't sacrifice ourselves to save someone else. I think I'm only here because I got lucky. When I was a wolf, if Misaki hadn't already killed Osamu, and if I had chosen to shoot Rintaro at that time, if I had thought even a little bit differently, then I would have definitely killed Rintaro. And I would have killed Misaki. And I would still continue to run away. But Rintaro and Misaki both said to me, "You didn't run away. Because you've changed, you can escape from here." But have I really changed? After this, can I live without running away? Or will I return to how I used to be? That thought fills me with dread. If I return to thinking like that, I'll only be running from myself. Back when I was in elementary school, and on that day as well, my approach to living was just to run away. I called no one my friend. I didn't want deep connections with anyone. I did nothing for anybody. Since that day in elementary school, I have lived that way. I decided on my own that being brave was something I just couldn't do. And ever since then, I've run away. Nevertheless, I've stayed alive. No, that's wrong. I've only refused to see. Back in elementary school, thanks to my family's work, I had to change schools often. On my first day at the new school, a boy talked to my lonely self. His name was Tomoya. He was getting bullied at that school. Besides him, nobody else would even talk to me. Let's be friends. He was a very cheerful and kind kid. You're my very first friend. And just like Tomoya said, we had become friends. The two of us always played together. Tomoya was always fun to be with. We talked about everything together. The shows we had watched the day before, games, etc. Normal things that two friends talk about. I couldn't believe he was getting bullied. He was poor. That was the only reason he was getting bullied. Someone must have found out and started making fun of him for it. The other kids around started to ignore Tomoya in the same way. From then on, Tomoya didn't come to school very often. I figured that Tomoya was a very strong kid. But then one day, he proposed something to me. Hey, have you ever done a friendship journal? Huh? A friendship journal? Yeah, I've always wanted to try doing one once I got a friend. In here, you can write whatever you want. Like what we watched on TV, any questions for me, anything. But why? That's no different than what we always talk about. It's okay. I just want to try a friendship journal. You're so weird, Tomoya. Fine, okay. Let's try the journal. Thanks. This journal will be our secret. Why a secret? It's more fun that way. Really? Really. It'll be fun keeping the journal secret from everybody else. After you've written in it, leave it in the second shoebox that's not being used, and we'll take turns. He'll be our friend box. What a strange name, but it sounds interesting. Let's do it. And so we started doing the friendship journal together. I'm home. How was your day? Anything good happen? Nothing really. Okay, was school fun? Yep. Oh, good. Make any friends? I did. His name is Tomoya. Wonderful. Are you treating them well? Yes. My mother always told me to treat my friends well. After getting back to my room, I quickly pulled out the friendship journal and started to write. What should I write? We already talked about TV shows at school today. Oh, I can try writing down any questions I have for Tomoya. What's your favorite food, Tomoya? What's your most important thing in the whole world, Tomoya? After writing that, I was done writing on our very first page of the friendship journal. The next day, I hid the journal in the shoebox. Even though we talked together all day at school, neither of us talked about the journal. Keeping it secret was pretty fun. The next day, I looked in the shoebox and saw that Tomoya had written in the journal. I hurriedly ran home to read the journal. My favorite food is omurice. My most important thing in the whole world are my friends. Am I the friend he means? Wow! I continued reading what else he wrote. I used to never have any friends, so I was always lonely. But now I'm so happy. From now on, let's always hang out together. As a kid who transferred schools a lot, I had never been referred to as a friend before. I couldn't help feeling so happy that Tomoya called me his friend. Then, about after 1 month since I had transferred, I saw Tomoya being bullied for the first time.